Okay. That's good to hear, yeah.
So, guys, thank you very much for being with me today. How you doing, Gåte? How do you pronounce this? Gåte, am I right?
Gåte.
Gåte. It's pretty hard for us, the Italians, to pronounce, the Norwegian language. So I'm really sorry about that. But thank you so much for being with me today. The first thing that I would like to ask you guys, can you please tell us a little bit about your story, your personal stories? How did you guys meet? And how did you guys got to the Eurovision 2024?
The adventure of Gåte started actually when I was 14 years old.
Yeah, back in 2000.
Yes. And then we did quite a great career in Norway.
Mm-hmm.
With the ages between I was 14 until I turned into 20.
Yeah, and then we won the Norwegian Grammys. We were very popular. We toured and toured and toured for about 5 years.
6 years.
6 years.
I will say.
Yeah.
If we count it from when I was
14. Yeah.
So it's a long.
And then
yeah.
you know that in that part of your life, it's the time feels much longer than it does as older you get. So for me, I felt it was ages, and also I was so young, so I had I needed to figure out who I was without it, and so I said stop, and we had a 12 years break, and in 2017 we came back. Me and Magnus, and we are the
original
members, and yeah.
It's a very interesting and long story, definitely.
It's a long story.
The second question is, of course, is about your song. I guess the right pronunciation is Ulveham, something like that. I'm sorry about the pronunciation once again. I would like to ask you to tell us a little bit about the story itself, because it's a very interesting folkloristic story. I want to ask whether it has like a hidden meaning, and if you think that the fact that you guys from Norway, is there any connection between, the environment and the way that you guys make music?
Absolutely. We are hugely inspired by nature, which we are very connected to just by living in Norway. You're automatic at that, and we have dug deeper into that. And the elements of nature is actually, in our whole stage performance, we have the rocks, we have earth, we have wind, we have the water. We use the elements, so we play along with nature, you can say. And we have in the song itself, it's a medieval ballad in the verses about liberation from an oppressor and liberation on your own terms. It's quite a dark story, but it's ultimately about liberation. And then that's connected with the choruses, which are an animal calling, which they used to. It's a technique of singing which they used to use on the farms to get the animals back to the farm. So when you put those two together, something really peculiar happened, and it was like something was channeled through, and you could say like the forces of nature came pouring through the song.
And also it's a language between human and animals. That's also because the story is also that the human gets into a wolf skin.
She's turned into a wolf by magic, by an evil stepmother. Yeah.
And then also the calling, it's originally used to talk to and connect to animals. So I think there's a link there too.
Yeah. So then it should definitely connect to all people, regardless of language.
Yes. Yes.
That's very interesting, guys. Thank you so much for sharing this. And once again, this year's motto is United in Music. I would like to ask you, what is the meaning for you guys? United in Music. And I would also like to ask you, have you had the chance to meet the other contestants over the last few weeks? What do you think about them? Is there any favorite songs that you have about this specific Eurovision?
There's so many good acts and songs, but of course we have like a few
Yeah.
on the top.
Yeah, and we had some fun nights with both Czechia, Estonia, and Nemo and Musti.
Yes.
Yes, and Bambi Thug, and we have oh, Dons from
yes.
Latvia as well. And for your first question as well, united by music, yes, it means very much to us because we firmly believe that through the experience of music and art, we humans really can connect on a deeper level than the intellectual level. We can go to the heart and what we feel, and who you are and where you are from and what you mean doesn't mean anything because we can all participate in the experience of music. So yes, that really resonates with us, and it's a big part of why we really are engaged in Eurovision and are so glad to be here.
Have you had the chance, guys, to listen to Angelina's song? I mean, the Italian song of Angelina Mango, or have you had the chance to meet her? And what do you think about it?
Well, our bass player around Mats there, he's married to an Italian, and he loves that song.
I love that song. That's my favorite. We got a chance to meet her in London. I think we were there for a pre-party, so we met her backstage.
You were starstruck.
Yeah, starstruck. She's a really good singer, and it's a good song.
Yeah, and very good entertainer. It's like mind-blowing that, I mean, she's so young and can take the stage so firmly.
She definitely is. She definitely is. And
Bellissimo.
what do you guys can spoil, if you can spoil anything about the stage design? What are you planning? You already talked a little bit about, earth and water. Is there anything that you can tell us about it, if you may, of course?
The nature elements will be even more present in this version than before. And other than that, I don't know if we could spoil anything. But I mean, there's going to be.
It's enough for me.
Yeah, it's enough. The nature of elements are now even more welcome and will pour through the stage.
And the nature, like the power in the energin i både vind och
yeah. And the wind. Yeah. And the intensity and energy of all elements will be bigger because the wind cannons are bigger here than in Norway.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And the smoke is thicker here than in Norway.
Guys, I have a couple more questions because I don't know how much time do we have. Just in case, you just tell me, okay? The first question is, let's talk a little about Norway history at the Eurovision, because you won with Alexander Rybak, which was a huge hit for the Eurovision. And then lately you have some of the biggest songs of the Eurovision. I loved Kino with Spirit in the Sky. I absolutely love Subwoofer, of course. And last year he had half Italian girl, who is Alessandra. I would like to ask you if you know Alessandra, and what do you think about the latest Norwegian songs that participated at Eurovision?
We loved her song. It was really powerful, like fresh female, really strong energy. That was a really good one. Yeah. And
I have not met her actually, but
did you meet her?
I met her at the pre-show in Oslo, and John as well, I think.
Yeah.
But it was right before she was going on stage, so it was like hi.
Yeah, but
great song.
Yeah.
One more question for Gunhild. Am I pronouncing it right, Gunhild?
It's okay.
I know. I'm sorry about that. I read something online which was kind of strange, so please correct me if I'm wrong. I read on the Eurovision TV that you like strong cheeses. Am I right?
Oh yes.
Strong cheeses.
It's an interesting fact about you.
I like the worse smell it is, the better. Yeah.
So you should definitely come to Italy, to Sardinia. There's a cheese which has, where there are flies which inject their eggs into the cheese, and it's a super smelly cheese. You should definitely. It's called Casumarzu. I don't know if you have ever heard about it, but you should definitely. But it's legal, by the way. It's legal.
It's legal. Oh, that's next level Cheese. Yeah.
I know that was a strange question. I know, but you know, Eurovision is even a little bit strange, so it's a funny competition. So, guys, I think that our time is up. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. We have one last question now. Yeah, just go.
Just one more question. What do you guys expect from this Eurovision?
I mean,
the adventure of our lives.
Yeah.
The best adventure of our lives. I think that we could look back on this and say that this was really the best.
And and we have said like we actually go into this with no expectations, because every second of just being here is fulfilling. It is an adventure, and it's just interesting to stay open and see where it goes. But for us, this has already meant so much, and has opened many doors.
Guys, thank you so much. First of all, I would just like to ask you if you could send one last message to the news followers. You can say anything that you would like to say, okay? To the news followers, okay? And then we're done.
Yeah, the news, that's how we see it?
Yeah.
News?
News?
Or
news.
News.
Yes, news, yeah.
News followers. Or no italiano, sto?
Whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say.
Okay. Hello, news followers. We are Gåte from Norway. Thanks for tuning in, and hope you will tune in and watch our act at the Eurovision 2024.
Yay!
Bellissima!
Guys, thank you so much. That was an amazing interview. Thank you and good luck. See you.
Thank you.
Bye. Hugs. Ciao.
Bye.